Welcome back to another tutorial. So in today's video we're going to make this halter neck blouse with a stylish neckline. If that sounds like something you're interested in learning, keep on watching and let us get straight into the video. So we're going to start off by rolling all our lines. The bust point for this is 10 inches, the under bust point is 13.5 inches, and the waistline measurement we're going to work with for this is 17 inches. So I'm going to go ahead now to mark out the lines and then roll straight lines across those points we've gone ahead to mark. We're going to use 24 inches as the full length of our blouse. After rolling out the lines, we're going to mark our shoulder measurements divided by 2. For this, we're working with 7.5 inches, so I'm going to go ahead to mark this. From that point, we're going to come down by 1 inch for our shoulder slope, and then we're going to come down by 7.5 inch for our armhole depth. I'm going to go ahead now to mark those lines out. Now for the width of our neckline, I'm just going to use 3 inches here. I'm going to mark that out. Now I'm going to place my tape along this part here and I'm going to mark 8 inches and I'm just going to leave it there. This 8 inches is going to serve as a guide for us to cover out our neckline. So these are the lines we've rounded out. This is the bust point, the under bust, the waistline, and then the full length of our blouse. Sorry that part wasn't in frame. Now what we want to do is we want to go ahead to mark out our dart for this blouse. We're not going to have any dart at the upper part, only for the lower part for this particular blouse. So from the under bust area, I'm marking my nipple to nipple measurements divided by 2, and I'm going to rule a straight line at that point. After ruling a straight line, we want to go ahead to take out the darts on both sides of this line we've just ruled out. So for the inner part, I'm going to take out 0.75, while for the outer part, I'm going to take out 1.5 inch or 1.25 inch, depending on the size of the person you're working on. So I'm going to mark that out and I'm going to take this all the way down and then rule out the lines. After ruling out the lines, we want to go ahead to curve this from the under bust point up the way up to the bust point line, the way you see me doing right now. After covering that part out, I'm going to slant my shoulder. So from that 3 inches we marked out, we're going to slant it down to the shoulder slope here. Now we want to go ahead to start adding in our body measurements. I'm going to add my bust measurement divided by 4, my waist measurement divided by 4, and then after adding my waist measurement divided by 4, we want to go ahead to return the dart we took out at that point. So we're going to take note of that and then return it. After returning the dart, I'm going to take out 1/2 inch for cinching the waist. So if you do not want to cinch your waist, you do not have to do this step, but I'm going to cinch the waist, so I'm taking out 1/2 inch at that point, meaning I'm taking out 1 inch at the front and then 1 inch at the back of our blouse. Now for the hip area, I just went ahead to add my hip measurement divided by 4 and then I returned the dart as well. So now we want to go ahead to trace this out. Now we want to go ahead to take out our bust dart at this point here. So the bust dart is basically the difference between your shoulder to waist for the front and the shoulder to waist for the back. So I'm going to go ahead now to mark that difference at this point here, and then we're going to rule this out. So after ruling this out, I'm going to retrace that edge, but I'm going to do so after we're done cutting this out because this is actually on fold and I won't be able to perfectly fold this and then just cover that part. So just take note of that when you're doing yours. Now I'm going to carve out my armhole after adding in my body measurement, just so we know how to perfectly carve out our halter neckline. So this is a basic neckline and that is going to serve as a guide for us to carve out the particular neckline we want to use for this blouse. So now at that point where we marked out 3 inches, I'm going to mark out 3.5 inches because that's what I want to use for this particular blouse. And then from that point, I'm going to mark out 2 inches for the width of the neckline. So from that 2 inches mark I just made, I'm going to go ahead to retrace my new armhole. Now I want to create that neckline we have at the middle. So to do this, remember I marked out 8 inches at this top area initially. I'm going to mark out 5 inches above that 8 inches as well. And then we're going to use that as a guide to curve out that shape we want at the neckline area. So I'm just marking that 5 inch, and I'm going to rule faint lines across the 5 inch point, and then across the 8 inch point I'm also going to rule faint lines. So we're going to use those as guides to just curve this out. So just watch closely. I'm just going to curve this out with my pencil and then go ahead to go in again with the marker. Now after I was done curving this out with the pencil, I'm going to go in again with my marker just to trace out what we have there so you can see this clearly. So this is what the neckline area is looking like. Now we're going to extend that alter neck area at the top, but we're going to have to open this up to do that extension because this is on fold. So we have the extension that's going all the way to the back of our neckline area. So I'm going to add an extension at that point, but before I do that, I'm going to go ahead to close up my dart at the lower part here, just so we create the basque shape we want at the bottom part of the blouse. Now to create the basque at the bottom part, I'm going to use my pencil the same way we did for the top. We're going to start off by carving this out with the pencil and then retracing this with our marker. So to start off, we're going to come up from this side of our blouse by 5 inches, and then I'm going to mark that out, and then I'm going to use that as a guide to just create curves the way we did for the neckline area. We're just going to create curves using the reference picture as a guide to just create the curves and then just take it all the way to that 5 inch mark we made earlier. So this is what we have now. We want to go ahead to cut out the pattern, and like I said, this is on fold, so we're going to be cutting this together. So after cutting out some of our pattern paper, I have freedom to just fold this better. So I'm going to fold this in, and then we're going to retrace this out, and then I'm also going to go ahead to just tape down the dart so it's not open, because we don't want it to be open, we want it to be closed. So we're going to tape it down as well. So because this is on fold and trying to mark out where the dart for this part is going to be slightly difficult, I'm just going to mark this out. So I'm going to use my marker to mark out the dart, and then I'm going to retrace it out on the other side so it's easier for me to tape down. So I hope you understand. If you're going to cut this directly on your fabric after drafting this out, you totally want to skip this step, simply because I am going to transfer this to the other side because I want to show you what it would look like when we join it together. But if you're going to draft this pattern and then cut it on your fabric, you want to go ahead to skip this step entirely. So I've gone ahead now to transfer the bust dart rather, to the other side. So I'm just cutting out the remaining part of the pattern. After trimming out those parts, we want to go ahead to add the attachment I mentioned earlier to the top part here. So we're going to work on that top part before we go ahead to cut out the remaining part of our pattern. So I've gone ahead to add the attachment, and from that part where we have the joining, I'm going to come up by 1.5, the same way I would do if I was trying to create the neckline area for my back piece separately. So after doing so, I'm going to go ahead now to curve it out. So I'm curving it to meet this point here. After curving that out, I'm going to place my tape along that line we just curved out here. So I'm going to place it like so, and whatever we have, we're going to use that to trace out a new line at the top part. So I'm just placing the tape the same way I did earlier, and I'm marking out the 4 inches I had when I placed my tape earlier. So this is what we have. Now I'm going to curve a new line from that point all the way down to the bodice. After tracing that part out, I'm going to mark the width of my strap, which is 2 inches for what we used earlier, and I'm going to trace this straight up like this. You want to trace this slanted and not straight. So I'm just tracing this, and I'm going to take this with a broken line all the way to meet this part we have earlier. So after doing so, I'm going to use my marker now to retrace it so you see this better. So this is what the strap is looking like. We want to go ahead to finish this up and just cut out everything. So this is what our front pattern looks like after we're done cutting this out. I'm going to go ahead to just tape down the bust area so you see what it will look like when you sew this on your fabric. I'm going to tape that, and then we're going to set it aside first to work on our back piece. And then when we're done with the back piece, I'm going to show you what all the pieces look like. So for the back piece, I already have my lines ruled out, and then you just want to ignore the underbust line for the back. And then remember your waist, shoulder to waist measurement difference for the front and the back. Your shoulder to waist measurement is different from your shoulder to waist measurement for the front because of the bust area that is at the front part. So now we're going to start off by marking our dart at this point here. So I'm going to mark my nipple to nipple. I'm using that as a guide to just create my dart at this point. So I'm going to rule a straight line after marking this out. Now I'm coming up from this point by 3 inches, and then I'm going to mark that out. After marking that out, we're going to take our 1 inch dart for the back. I'm taking ½ inch on both sides, and then we're going to rule this to meet each other. Next, I'm going to start imputing my body measurement divided by 4. So we're starting off with the bust measurement divided by 4. We're also going to add the waist measurement divided by 4 and then return our 1 inch that we took at that point. Also, you want to remember that we cinched the waist for the front, so we're going to do the same thing for the back piece here, which I just did. And then we're going to move on to mark our hip measurement divided by 4, and then after which we want to go ahead to rule this all to meet each other. Now we're going to come up by 5 inch at this point here, the same way we did for the front. So the front and the back are matching up with each other. Now I'm bringing in the front piece to place on this side here. You can see that the sides are matching up together. That is how you know you're doing this right. Now what we're going to do next is we're going to go ahead to curve this from that 5 inch point we made all the way to this point. So I'm coming up from here by 2 inches and I'm going to rule the lines to meet each other. You want to go ahead to do whatever shape you like at this point, but I'm just going to do a basic shape at this point like this. So this is what we're going to have for the back. So this is a backless top, so we're not going to have any sleeve whatsoever, but I'm just curving out my armhole area as a guide, just so I know how to curve this from that point all the way down. So from the lower part of my armhole area, I'm just going to trace this from that point all the way to the midpoint of the back. So just watch closely at what I'm doing. I'm just going to take it from here all the way down. So this is what it's looking like. Now before we go ahead to trace everything out with our marker, I'm going to come out here to mark out the opening for the back, because we're going to have loops at the back and not zipper. So I'm marking 1 inch for this point because I do not want my back to be too open. And then for this lower part, I'm using 0.75. Next, I'm just going to rule them to meet each other. Like I said, I do not want the back opening to be too wide, and that is just my preference. You can go ahead to do this however you'd like. So I'm going to retrace this with my marker so you see this clearly, and then we're going to move on to cut this out of the pattern paper. Now after cutting this out, I'm going to mark this top part just so I know where the top part is for my pattern and I do not get confused. And then I'm just going to go ahead to cut out the dart and we're done with the back piece. So guys, this is what the front piece is looking like after we went ahead to tape down the dart area. You can see that even on the paper the cups are kicking already, so you want to go ahead to just cut this on your fabric and then just sew. Thank you so much for watching. We've come to the end of this tutorial. If you found this video helpful in any way, do not forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you enjoy watching videos like this, you also want to go ahead to follow us on our other social media platforms where we also post fashion related content. I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, bye guys.